Hello, this is your motivational coach, Bernadene, coming to you live, or rather recording from New York. I wanted to share something amazing and brilliant with you guys as we coming to the end of 2022, and that is that there is still time to achieve and accomplish something that you've been putting off for the longest time. And I also just want to remind you of one thing, and that is 2022 might not have gone the way that we all expected it to be. We might not be where we set our goals at the beginning of the year or mid-year as things change. But I want to remind you that we have survived a pandemic. We have rebuilt. We have done the necessary changes that we have needed to do within us. And you're already halfway there. When you are stuck, when it feels like you are not moving forward, it's very easy to fall back into those old routines. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The mindset of saying stuff will never work out. Also continuously telling yourself negatively how you suck at stuff, how things will never work out for you. This is all part of mindset, self-sabotage, and I'm here to remind you that you are doing absolutely fine. You're doing more than fine. What COVID did is we, in essence, lost 2 years of our lives. It was survival mode, and with 2022, it is more of a replenishing, recovery, and things might not have gone to plan as we wanted or wished it to go. I myself, November just felt like it was fighting back, but in essence, my body needed to rest. I got ill for a week, then I was fine for a few days, and I got this very bad injury in my arm. I still don't know what caused it, but I had a pinched nerve. Most excruciating thing that I've gone through. And I have endometriosis, so I know what pain is. What I'm wanting to do is I want to remind you that you need to hang in there. I want to remind you that, we give up too soon. We give up too soon. We give up when it's difficult. You and I'm talking to you right now because our parents did not give up. I think all of us has grown enough to know how babies are made. And for some people, it doesn't happen on the first try. For some people, it doesn't even happen on the third, on the 50th, on the 100th try. I can go on and on forever. But we are literally proof that sometimes you need to do something more than once. Just imagine if your parents decided, no, this isn't for us. We're actually not going to be going through with stuff. We are giving up on having a baby altogether, and they just stopped having relations. You would not be sitting here right now listening to me. So why on earth do we stop and give up on ourselves so soon? That is the question. I want to remind you that sometimes it seems like stuff is not falling into place. Sometimes it seems like everything that you are doing is not working out. It feels like it will never work out. It feels like your life is doomed for failure forever and forever. That is not the case. You simply need to hang in there, do the thing, and also waiting for it to be perfect. My darling, that is never going to happen. Because whether you speak to Oprah, whether you speak to Mel Robbins, they still have their own little things. When they look back and they watch something, it's like, it could have been better, it could have been better. Why? Because that is how we are wired. We are designed to continuously do better, not only for ourselves, but for others. But at the same time, when we think about waiting until it is perfect, it will never be perfect. Why? Because we will always have something that we want to change about ourselves. We'll always have something that we want to change in the way that we interact with other people. But at the same time, you need to just stick So 2022, there's still so much time to change stuff. There's still so many things that you can do. And if you actually just need to rest for the rest of 2022, do that. There is so much power in rest. I myself, for the month, basically I was out of action for 2 weeks. Out of November, 2 weeks. So I had 2 amazing weeks, and then I had 2 not so amazing weeks. And you know what? I can sit here and I can carry on and on about how horrible it was, how terrible it was, how I didn't get to deadlines, how I didn't get to X, Y, and Z. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to share with you the real details of life, because things happen. We get sick. We need to rest. We have injuries. We are in pain. And a lot of times it's pain that people can't see. I look perfectly fine to you. But if it was not for my painkillers, I would be sitting here, grabbing my arm, holding it, not wanting to move it, because a pinched nerve is so excruciating. So the next time you want to give up, I want you to ask yourself these 2 questions. Am I tired? Am I hungry? Yes, you heard me. Am I tired or am I hungry? When you are tired, depending on how sleep deprived you're at the same level as a drunk person. And when you are hungry, and I mean, all of us, I get hangry. I really do get hangry. We get hangry and we get angry at the world, and our blood sugar drops, and we're not fueling our brain. Rest helps your brain to work through subconsciously what it is that needs to be going on and happening. And then the food in basically helps to get your body going, get that nice, blood flow in your heart pumping. And then that goes back to the brain, because when you are hungry, when you are sleep deprived, you are not the same version of yourself as when you had an amazing night's sleep. So will you still take 2022 by the horns, either resting, maybe taking some action, re-looking how far you've actually come? I worked with a fantastic coach, Paula Jones. I'll drop details in show notes if you are listening to the podcast, and I will drop details below if you are watching me, on video. She made me look at a bigger picture. And I actually need to go and check this on Instagram. But when you look at a week and you look at your improvement, performance, whatever it is, statistics, analytics for a week on Instagram, it looks very dismal. You look at 2 weeks and it gets better. And then you look at 1 month and it looks so good. You actually see the growth. If you go back 3 months, and you see where you were 3 months ago versus now, it's completely night and day. All I'm asking you is not to give up on yourself, to hang in there just a little teeny weeny bit longer. And then when you feel like giving up, you just do a little bit more. But when you are not well rested, when you are not eating correctly, and yes, I'm going to call you out, the junk food, not getting vegetables, not drinking water, not walking, going for some little mild exercise, this affects your mood. The one thing that I did discover about myself is that when I have pain, and this was it was crazy, insane pain. I'm not a nice person. I'm snappy. I got a little bit, I don't like to say depro, but I could feel myself sitting there having a pity party, thinking, what if I never get better? What if my arm never gets better? I'm so tired of resting. I'm so tired of sitting here. That type of mindset, what it does, it then undoes everything that you have worked for, that I have worked for. And then I think about my tools that I teach my clients, that I teach you watching here. And that is, firstly, my bad bitch list and a good song. What is my bad bitch list? It's simply you going on your phone in your notes, You write your bad bitch list, and in there you detail everything that you have overcome. Everything. You can go back as far as you want. And whenever you feel low and you look at that list, I promise you, like, if I could overcome these things that I did not even think I could overcome, what can I overcome with the knowledge that I have now? And I actually told a friend of mine yesterday, you need to listen to some good music, upbeat music. I did that with myself, upbeat music, and change what it is that you're watching. Because when we're in that mood, we tend and we draw towards things that are going to make us depressed. You watch a show where someone's like dying and it's heartache and and then what happens? You're more depressed. You don't watch something that's uplifting, a comedy, because if you catch this, and this for me, I love mindset, and this is what I've taught myself, I think for the past 2 or 3 years, is when something bad happens, I allow myself to think about it. I allow myself the time, and then after that, I'm like, okay, but what now? I go back to my bad bitch list. I find amazing song that's just gonna light me up. I watch a comedy, I have something to eat, and if possible, I have a nap. Journaling helps too, but I want to keep it very short for you and simple. When you feel like things are not working out, when you feel at your wit's end, ask those 2 questions. Am I tired? Am I hungry? And majority of the time you can fix both. Stop watching series until 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm speaking to myself too. It's happened twice this week. Because why I finish work sometimes at 11:30, so it's not too bad. But at the same time, I should be sleeping. Then we also have a need to always go for something quick and easy when it comes to food. Not something nourishing, nutritional. A Coke, a piece of cake, don't get me wrong, we all have those days. But at the same time, there needs to be a balance. And it's important to find this. I hope that it was helpful. And as always, if you want, drop me a little comment below, send me a DM, take a screenshot, share this with your friends. I would so greatly appreciate it. And I want you to remember that you are fantastic, amazing, wonderful, and you deserve everything. You heard me, everything. You deserve to go out and get the best shampoo, the best roll-on, the best pair of jeans, the best pair of shoes. The only person stopping you from having that is you, my dear. Bye for now.